The path of your ascension, which you have been choosing to follow for many lifetimes, occurs when the Son of Man, you seated here, have put on a sufficiency of the Son of God and the Father with you. When you have fulfilled your divine plan with your twin flame, balanced 51% of your karma, at the conclusion of the lifetime when you accomplish this, your soul ascends to that white fire core of the I Am Presence, and you are restored fully to immortality, and there is no necessity of that soul ever going forth again into the veil of karma and sorrow and samsara and the repetition of incarnations. This teaching is so vital to us today because we are at the end of the Piscean age, 2,000 years, when this is the harvest, not only of karma and works, but of souls. Many souls upon earth are destined to make their ascension in this life. I remember hearing the tale of a wonderful woman who worked for me for many years prior to her passing, and her name was Beulah. And she had been born in a family that didn't want her, and she was passed on to her aunt and passed on to another. Even when she was 3 years old, one of them put her on the porch and with all of her belongings packed in a bag and said, "I don't want you." And one day Beulah was a very small child, and I think they didn't want her because she had a hearing defect from birth. She could practically hear nothing, but through advanced science she began to hear in later years. And she told me about how she was sitting under a tree contemplating her fate as a small child, and how the angel of God came to her and said, "Beulah, Beulah, Beulah, you have to make your ascension in this life. This is the lifetime for your ascension." This blessed soul served people all the days of her life. She raised 5 children, she worked hard, she loved God, glorified Him continuously, found this path and teachings, began to invoke the violet flame, transmuted and balanced a certain portion of karma. The remainder of her portion of karma, bless her heart, was passing through her as cancer in the body. She finally did pass on of that cancer. She was taken to etheric octaves of light and temples, given further preparation, and from that etheric level achieved that ascension, that reunion with God. And I can tell you that I was a witness to her ascension, to her being taken up into this white fire in the coil of light. It is a path that I have seen many individuals fulfill, many by comparison, let us say. I could talk about several dozen that I have witnessed make that ascension after the change called death. We're not talking about a physical ascension, we're talking about the soul's assumption unto God. It is because we have concluded the age of Pisces and the new age of Aquarius is dawning that this option is open to us. Why ascend when there's so much work to be done on earth? Because when you ascend to God, you raise the entire planetary evolution. But remember, you are ascending daily. Every day a portion of you returns to God. At the change called death, it is only the last vestiges of ourself that returns. Because each time we are sowing good words and good works, our meditations and our dynamic decrees, that light is going back to our causal body.